live at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, simultaneously on YouTube and Facebook. Tonight's discussion is going to be around hunger versus starvation, and I'm going to explain to you those two distinctly different situations that we have going on in our body when we're doing something like intermittent fasting or changing what we're doing in our nutritional lifestyle to kind of create some change for ourselves. If you are new, welcome. I always like to ask you guys to make sure that if you're joining us on YouTube to hit that subscribe button. Now would also be a great time to share this broadcast if you know of someone who might find this information useful. And the same to my friends joining us on Facebook, if you wouldn't mind hitting that like button and making sure that you share this broadcast with your community of women, friends, and family. My name is Diane, and for the past 25 years, I have been helping women find nutritional plans and fitness programs to help them look and feel their best and live their most authentic life. And we are doing that here through the practice of intermittent fasting and living a keto-like lifestyle. So I love sharing this information with women, the hunger versus starvation scenario, and really helping you visualize what happens in your body when you start to do or affect change in your physique or your health or your overall well-being through nutritional and dietary changes, and even adding in some exercise, because we all know that that affects caloric intake and outtake, and we hopefully get ourselves into a situation where we will eventually make some changes for our body. So I'm going to read for you really quickly just two quick definitions in regard to starvation and hunger. So the definition of starvation is a severe deficiency in caloric energy intake, so meaning the calories that you're putting into your body, or malnutrition. And then hunger is a feeling of discomfort or weakness caused by a lack of food, coupled with the desire to eat, or a strong sort of desire or craving for something. And so I really like to explain the difference between hunger and starvation in this way. And it really kind of coincides with the definitions that I just read for you. So hunger is like a feeling, and starvation is when your body is lacking the nutrients that it needs for survival. So what I really like to teach women when I'm teaching the intermittent fasting and the keto-like lifestyle in our course, and how to identify with these sensations that we have, is that if you're fasting in the correct way of fasting, meaning that you're putting your body into a truly fat adaptive environment where you're exercising the practices of clean fasting and you're feasting on nutrient dense food, then you could never be in a position of starvation, because you're going to have a period of time in your 24-hour window where you're going to actually put nutrient dense foods in your body. So you can't be nutrient deficient unless you were just making really poor nutritional choices for yourself in your feasting window. And then being in a truly fasted state, if you really understand what happens when you're fat adaptive, then we know that our body has the intelligence to feed off of our own stored fat as a calorie storage mechanism, basically. And we know that calories are basically just nutrients. And so we can have good calories, we can have bad calories, we can have good nutrients, we can have bad nutrients. And so if we've been living a nutrient dense life, then even the fat that we're storing away is nutrient dense. And when we put our stuff into a fat adaptive mode, or we put ourselves into a truly fasted state where our body is utilizing its own stored fat as calories, then it's going to tap into your nutrient storage case. Therefore, you'll never be in a true state of starvation, because you're feeding off your own stored nutrients. And hunger is really a sensation or a feeling that we have of emptiness, meaning that we've gone a period of time within our day where we haven't satisfied our hunger hormones. And so our hormones start to kick in. They become active. We've talked here about ghrelin before, and when your ghrelin is growling, that's when your stomach is empty, and your body's hormones are trying to tell you that it needs food, or it wants food, probably more correctly, because we know we have enough food to live off with our fat stores. So if we can train our hunger hormones to be adaptive to what we're trying to do in our intermittent feasting window, meaning just a period of time during a 24-hour day, then we can actually control our hunger. And we have our shirt here. Hungry is where the magic happens, and I'll pull it up a little higher for my YouTube people here. So, hungry is where the magic happens is a saying that I came up with to help women understand that hungry is really a state that we want to be in. And that if we can put ourselves into a truly fasted state, and we can be clean fasted and get ourselves into the fat adaptive mode where we're going to utilize our own stored fat or stored nutrients as a way to feed and fuel our body, then that's when we can create magic. And the magic is when our body is becoming a fat burning machine, and we get into that stage of energized sense of calm, meaning that we're so efficient at being hungry that we can tap into our fat stores, utilize those stored nutrients as a sense of energy. So we're so revved up energy wise because we're using the fat stores that we have and having sufficient nutrients to fuel our body. Yet we're so calm about it because we're not going through these types of things when we actually put new food calories into our body, going through those sugar highs and lows with insulin releases and glycogen being stored and having to be used first and not being able to get into that fat adaptive mode. So if you can create a sense of hunger that you're controlling and that you feel confident and comfortable in, then that's when we can create some magic. And magic is where change occurs, when we start to balance out our hormones, clear our mind of the fog that we've had, enter into that energized sense of calm, eventually start to lose some weight, reduce inflammation, all of the things that we are feeling when we are in that hungry and magical place. So we've often been taught that if we go, more than 2 hours without eating food, that we're going to starve our body and we're going to slow down our metabolism and we're going to be storing fat. And the reality is that that's only true if you're just not eating and you're truly not fasting. And I like to explain that scenario like this. So for those of us who are drinking our coffee every morning, and we're putting in maybe it's your bulletproof coffee, or maybe you're a creamer and sugar person still, or you're going to Starbucks and you're getting your frappuccino or whatever it is you're getting, and you think, oh, okay, well, man, I haven't eaten since last night, so technically I haven't eaten all day, so I should be good. Well, what happens when we put those kind of things into our body, or we're not allowing ourselves to be in a true clean fasted state, is we are constantly in a sugar burning mode, and we can never allow our bodies the opportunity to tap into our nutrient storage cabinets, also known as fat. And if we can't get into those nutrient storage cabinets, and we can't get to that fat, which is what we really efficiently burn to get that energized sense of calm, then we feel like we're starving because we're doing this all day. Because we're getting a sugar high, then we burn the sugar, then we need sugar, then we get sugar and we burn it, and then we need sugar again. And so a lot of us women who suffer from hypoglycemia, we go through this and we panic because we think, oh my gosh, I can't go 2 hours without food. I'm going to get weak and I'm going to get dizzy and I'm going to feel faint. And for a lot of us, I used to be this woman too. I think I might die. And I was the woman who carried snacks with me everywhere. And my husband would pull into the local convenience store and insist I go get a snack because I was the hangriest of hangry people out there. If it was 2 hours and 1 minute and I didn't have something in my body, because my body ran out of sugar. And when I didn't have sugar to burn, I was a hot mess. But I've learned how to train my body. And so I no longer go long periods of time not eating. I go long periods of time fasting. And fasting has really allowed me the opportunity to no longer live or depend on sugar to get me through my day. I have trained my body and my hunger hormones to trust that I'm going to stay in a truly fasted state and give my body the opportunity to tap into fat as energy, which is then going to provide nutrients for my body, which is going to keep me out of starvation mode. And so, hungry is a feeling or a sensation that we feel when we're sugar burners and we have not trained our hunger hormones to utilize fat as a source of energy. Or not so much our hunger hormones to use that, but our hunger hormones to balance out and allow us emotionally, mentally, and physically an opportunity to get into a truly fasted state so that we can be more efficient in our time of fasting. And what eventually happens is just the opposite of what we think happens when we're putting ourselves in a starvation mode, or we go that longer than 2 hours without eating. So I was that person. I have been a coach helping women with nutrition for decades. And it was that thing that you have to wake up in the morning, you have to eat your oatmeal with your fruit on it, and then you have to work out, and then you have to eat immediately. And then 2 hours later, you need to have your snack. And then 2 hours later, you need to have your snack. And then 2 hours later, you need to have your snack. And then by the time it gets to dinner time, you probably have some celery left that you can eat because you've already hit your calorie max. And you're literally starving all the time because you're never allowing your body to get into that mode of utilizing that trapped nutrient cabinet to efficiently fuel your body. And so we do end up putting ourselves in starvation mode when we're constantly not eating, right? And so, or eating enough is what I should say. And we go through these types of things. So we really want to allow our body to get to the hungry state, but in a manageable way, so that we do allow the opportunity for our body to go in and get those nutrients that we've conveniently stored away for years and use those to keep our body nutrient satisfied. And then making sure that when we do feast, that we're feasting on nutrient dense foods. So again, we keep ourselves or our body out of feeling like it is starving. And we teach this in our course. One of the very first lessons we have is explaining how our hunger hormones work. And we have three major ones that tend to be big problems for us as women, and that's our ghrelin, our leptin, and our neuropeptides. And I teach you how to really manage these hormones and get control of them so that emotionally they're not taking control over you. And a lot of times with women, it is more the emotional aspect of feeling hungry that we're not comfortable with because we've been trained to use food as a tool for so long. We've been trained to use it as a source of entertainment, reward, punishment, soul settling kind of thing. When we have a bad day, we eat. When we have a great day, we eat. I mean, food is always that thing that we reach to satisfy us emotionally. And when we really can get in and break that emotional connection that we have with food and really understand the physiological aspect of food and what it does to our body, and understanding how our hunger hormones work and what they're there for, then we can get control of the starvation versus hunger sort of mentality and fear and really conquer it and feel comfortable and confident in the state of hungry. And that is really where we get this from. And a lot of women in our course, they thrive in the state of hungry. I know I am at my best when I am in a planned and controlled state of hungry. I have so much energy. I don't know what to do with myself. I'm confident. I'm happy. I'm energetic. I'm mentally focused. I mean, there's nothing that can stop me when I am in a good, solid, nutrient provided state of hungry. And it's a very powerful place to be, especially for us women, because like I said, we are always so emotionally connected to food, and that could be a big trap for us. So hungry is not a bad thing to feel, and it's not a bad place to live in. Starvation, on the other hand, is. And then just another quick note before I wrap this up about the whole starvation mentality and having to eat every couple of hours. When you're constantly on a restrictive calorie type of diet. And I had been living on a 1,200 calorie diet for probably 3 years. And I was in the mode of believing that if I didn't burn 500 calories every time I worked out, then I wasn't creating a large enough deficit in my body for me to appropriately lose weight, because we all know that you have to be in a 500 calorie deficit every day for 7 days to lose a pound of fat. That's how I lived my life. And it was torturous in a way, and very mentally and physically consuming. And it wasn't working for me. Trust me, it wasn't working for me. And what I didn't realize was that I was actually slowing down my metabolism to that caloric burn rate, because my body will only burn what's readily available for it. And so, since I was never in a fat burning mode, because I was eating every couple of hours, so I was doing this kind of thing, and I was over exercising, meaning I wasn't putting enough calories in to justify burning off 500 calories. I was literally putting myself into starvation mode, and purposely but unknowingly lowering my natural metabolic burn rate. And what happens when we fast, and we fast correctly, and we are in control of our hunger, and we're not starving our body because we're fat adaptive and we're tapping into the nutrient storage cabinets in our fat deposits, is that our burn rate naturally goes up. And it doesn't matter how many calories we consume, our burn rate will go up to whatever our body needs in your fasted state to keep your body functioning and nutrient efficient. And so, whatever I did in my fasting window took care of my caloric intake, thus raising my metabolic burn rate. So, I'm so much more efficient now at my calorie expenditure, regardless of whether I'm working out or not, than I ever was when I was on a calorie restrictive diet and pounding my body into the ground every day, trying to hit that 500 calorie burn. I was actually working against my body instead of with my body. And now I can maintain a very nice physique and a very nice weight without pounding my body into the ground, and having an opportunity to let my body burn off the calories that it needs, thus raising my metabolic burn rate. And we teach all of this and make it super clear to you women the very first week, because I need women to understand how our bodies work, and that, you know, we don't have to do things in such a desperate or restrictive mode anymore if we do it with the knowledge and information about how our bodies and how our hormones work. And we've always, you know, been so victim to someone else's plan. I talk about that a lot here, and following some strict guideline that really doesn't have anything to do with us. And if we really understand our own body mechanics and our own body systems and our own hormonal processes, then we can live our life according to that. And it really does make things very simple, and it does make things very logical for us emotionally and mentally, and does take a lot of the pressure off. And that's where we came up with the do nothing and embrace everything aspect of what we're doing here. You can spend most of your day pretty much doing nothing and have the opportunity to embrace everything that life has, and what we can get out of our body and our energy and our mind, and have an opportunity to embrace everything. And it's a really great feeling. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and welcome everyone and answer questions. So if you have any questions about anything that I just explained, feel free to put those in the comment section. And if I need to go back and explain something else, I can do that as well. And if you are one of our previous students, I always appreciate it if you leave a message. And if you're new to February, let me know as well, and I'll welcome you. And all week this week, we're giving away a free gift to any student who registers while we're on our live broadcast for our February course. So today, the free giveaway is a Fast Long, Feast Well intermittent fasting for today's aging woman 3/4 sleeve shirt, super soft. This is a next level t-shirt. The cotton on this is just absolutely super comfortable to wear. I have it in every size, so don't worry about it. I could get you a shirt that'll fit you for sure. If you sign up between now, this moment, and before we end our broadcast, and you're the first person to sign up while I'm welcoming everybody and answering questions, then you will be the lucky winner of this shirt this evening. So get your registration forms out and get signed up. And Kara is always the one who lets me know who was the first one to register while I'm welcoming everybody. And so I'll keep my fingers crossed. Hopefully it will be one of you that's on here tonight that has been dying to join our class. And then you'll get to wear your cool fast, long, feast well as a student in February. So YouTube, hold on. And Facebook, I'm going to come over here and answer you guys first. Jillian, I'm still going through phases where I feel hungry, but then it passes and I'm good for hours before I feel that way again. I still feel energized and emotionally well in these states. Water or black coffee or mineral water will always make those feelings of hunger go away. Would you say I am in a fat adaptive state? I think I am, but not sure. Yeah, so I always feel hungry. Like I said, I feel my best in a state of hungry. So it's a manageable hungry. And that's why we drink mineralized water, because sparkled water, because remember the sparkles in the water, the carbonation helps our hunger hormones. And D, there's a link right in the group, right in the comment section. It's under my name and it says bit.ly info IF group. So you can go there and sign up. So we still use tools to manage our hunger hormones. They're not going to constantly be gone. For sure, we don't want that to happen. We still want our body to feel hungry, because then if we're in the state of hungry and we're in a truly fasted state, then our body knows to go in and chomp away at our fat stores to fuel that sensation of hungry. So you definitely want to feel the sensation of hunger. You just want to be emotionally and mentally and physically in control of it. So yes, you'll the hunger hormones will never go away. You'll just be able to manage them better. So I hope that answers that question, Jillian. Okay, let me see. I missed all the new the first people called in. So Joy from Utah. So great to have you here with us. Angelica, hello. Good to have you here from Auckland. Yvonne, good evening, girlfriend. I've missed you. Haven't seen you in a couple days. Linda, good to have you here as well. You are sounding better. Hopefully, beating that cold January class. I fake it for you guys for sure. I still can't breathe very well, and I still I walked up the stairs this morning to get my daughter up for school. I had to stop at the top. I thought I was going to pass out. So I'm still not 100%, but I'm feeling a lot better than I did on Monday. So thank you for saying that. Yvonne, I'm completely fat adaptive and I love it. Yep, that's the best. Cindy, I'm for sure fat adaptive. Love this way of life. Awesome. Carrie, hello from Panama. Looking good. I hope you heal soon. Thanks so much, Carrie. Carrie, you're just like my international travel girlfriend from Italy to Panama. You lucky girl. Linda, February course and excited. Okay, Jillian, I got yours already. I'm still going through the phases where I feel hungry. Okay, I think that's a double comment. D, I think you got the link, so hopefully you did, and the class starts on the 3rd. Linda, thanks for joining us tonight. Christine, I'm from Perth, Western Australia, July 2017, an alumni class. This has been a fabulous talk. Great reminder for all of us. Yeah, I have to remind myself sometimes too. So I always appreciate it when I get asked to do these talks, because then I get to say it out loud and then I remember for myself as well. Jennifer, successfully completed my 31 days without ever breaking my fast. I know I'm healing because I had a cycle for the first time in a long time. Yeah, Jennifer, that happens a lot. And that's why I always give the keto baby warning. And I give the warning in the beginning of our course too. Like, if you don't want to have a baby, any more babies, then you might want to make sure you're taking care of that situation. And if you do want a baby, be hopeful, because a lot of things change with us hormonally, and I have my own infertility success story from things that I did nutritionally, the changes that I've made. I wasn't fasting, but I was very, very careful about everything I put in my body nutritionally, and we were having trouble conceiving Gabby for like a year, and I was under the gun to get pregnant because I was coming up on my 40th birthday. And 3 months of nutritional changes, and I ended up being able to conceive Gabby. So your hormones are definitely influenced by nutrition, that's for sure. So just be careful if you're done having kids. Jillian, thanks, Diane. That clarified it for me. Okay, good. Took a few days off, turned 55 on the 29th. Yvonne, happy birthday, girlfriend. 55. Wow, you're stunning. Happy birthday. Let's see. Deborah, love the January course here from Nevada. Welcome. Kara's here. Shisha, hello. Nikita, hello from Washington, December, an alumni grad. Rebecca from Australia. Anne, hello from Chicago, February class. Lori Ann, August 17th, the 2018 grad, alumni and passion planner. So thankful I can join y'all. Love how you simplify the info. Google, not so much. Yeah, Google's if you try to Google the difference between hunger and starvation, it's really, really confusing. So I like to research things and then I dumb them down for me. Like I'm a super visual person, so I have to visualize how my body systems work and then I try to explain that to myself that way and then I kind of that's the best way I can teach too is I teach by the visually explaining things. So hungry is where the magic happens is where that came from. Let's see. Let's see. Renee from Minnesota, holiday mini course graduate, passion planner participant. Pam from Fresno, I made it to my second goal this past weekend. I'm now down 40 pounds by February. IF and keto style makes my life. Thank you for encouraging your videos. Oh, Pam, congratulations, 40 pounds. That's amazing. And you did it by your goal. That's the best too. Patricia from Spokane, I still have to tweak what I'm eating in my feasting window, narrowing down the foods I react to badly. Yeah, I keep a journal because there'll be days you forget. And the best thing about when you're in that mode of sort of narrowing things down is if you happen to have an exposure to something and you have a list of things, then when you wake up and you don't feel good or you have a reaction to something after you've eaten out or whatever, go to your list and see if anything that you were just exposed to is on that list, and it just reconfirms things for you and then makes you feel like you're less of, of messing up, I guess is the way it is. And that's really how I narrow down things like corn and tortilla chips, which are corn too, but corn in anything. I can't do cornmeal, corn anything anymore. And what you'll also notice, you guys, just so you know this, is the cleaner you get, the bigger the reaction when you put something in your body that your body can't handle. So I sort of weaned myself down to realizing that corn chips at Mexican restaurants were the thing that were really making me feel bad because I was feeling so amazing. And then I cut a lot of corn out in other places and thought that there were certain places that I could eat corn chips. And what I've really come to realize the last month or so is that I really can't. Unless I just want to feel bad the next day. And there might be days that that's okay. I don't know, but I just you'll notice it. The cleaner you get, the worse you'll feel when you put something in your body that your body has an intolerance to. So that's just a warning, and you don't beat yourself up over it. You go to your list, and if you haven't written that food down yet, you add it to your list. And if it's on your list, you just put a big star by it, and then you just become more and more cautious and more aware of those things, and then you'll stop having those slip ups or step backs or whatever you want to call it when you get exposed to something. Okay, let's see who else is here. Angela, new subscriber. Welcome, girlfriend. So good to have you here. Okay, so Kara, did we get Deb signed up yet? I know Deb was looking to sign up, and Angela, I think it was, right? We're giving away a free shirt tonight if you register for our February 3rd course. It's a Fast, Long, Feast, Well shirt. I have one of these shirts. I absolutely love it. So anyone who registers for our course for February 3rd, while we're on live. So hopefully, Deb, you'll get that in and we can give you a shirt. Any other questions or comments? I swear I feel like I'm talking like straight out of my nose. So I'm sorry if I sound really nasally to you guys tonight. But tonight's topic, what is one of my favorite things to teach? Hunger versus starvation and why we no longer have to count calories are like my two biggest aha moments that I had for myself as I started as an intermittent faster and sort of experimenting and doing my research. And it is the two lessons that I love to teach the most. Where do I go to sign up? Kara, put Jeanette Coriel as the link for her too, so she can go sign up. They're my two favorite lessons because it's so like, it ends up being so common sense when we understand what's happening. to ourselves. Yeah, Jeanette, Kara's going to send you a link. Um, um, when we understand how simple everything is physiologically in our body, and we just never get taught how our body is supposed to work on with food intake and caloric output, and how it is that our hormones are so um, sophisticated and so dialed in to everything that we put into our body, and everything we put into our body causes some sort of chemical an eventual hormonal reaction. And we just go about our life just mindlessly putting things in our body, not really thinking that deeply about what's happening once you put it in. From everything from the actual chewing and swallowing to just the flavor sensations that we have going on in our mouth cause chemical and hormonal reactions in our body, and we don't ever stop to think about that because we're not taught that. And I seriously think that that should be a class in probably middle school to teach us as we're growing up and as we're going through life what food actually does to us and what that chemical reaction is in our body, so that we have an understanding of the consequences of some of those choices that we make, and don't just go through life sort of mindlessly being and emotionally being shut off to all of that. And I think once we clue into it, then we have a responsibility to really pay attention to our body and listen to those signs and signals that it sends to us, so that we can make informed decisions based on how we want to look and feel, and not just what we think we're supposed to do or what we're marketed to believe that we're supposed to do. And for women, it's particularly scary, the things that we're led to believe that we have a right to do because we're women, or because we're had a bad day with our kids, or because we're stay-at-home moms, and we've got the kids off to school, and we've done so many things, and we've done the laundry, we've cooked dinner, and now we have a right to sit in front of the TV with a bag of popcorn and a bottle of wine. We've earned it. But we really haven't. What we really earned is the opportunity to slow down and take care of ourselves, and we don't ever get kind of marketed that type of thing. And so that's what I really like to make sure women understand, is that we should really be thinking about how we want to look and feel and make decisions based on that, and not so much just what we're supposed to be doing as women. Della, I've been doing 16-8 for the last 4 weeks. How much of a weight loss should I expect? I think I'm down 7 pounds. I don't know, Della. Everybody's different. And everybody they're starting in a different hormonal place. And so I've had thousands now, literally thousands of women go through our course, and no two women ever come out with the same story. So it all just sort of depends on what you're doing with your body and how your body's responding hormonally to what you're doing with your fasting and your feasting. So 7 pounds sounds great, especially if you've only been doing it for 4 weeks. If you think about it, like a really average weight loss is about a pound or two a week, and you're right on target for that, and you're doing it in a healthy way. So I say you're doing great. And then just understand that there's going to be ebbs and flows with the weight loss. A lot of times the weight loss is really fast in the beginning, especially if you're paying attention to the signs and signals your body is sending you and keeping those food intolerances away. Oftentimes inflammation in your body goes away, and so that could oftentimes be a rapid weight loss in the beginning, and then it might start to slow down a little bit. But don't be discouraged, because with intermittent fasting and a keto lifestyle, your body will change more than the scale will. And so you'll notice a lot of changes in your clothes, you'll notice a lot of changes in the way you feel, but the scale may not catch up to that. So go by other signals. Non-scale victories is what we really try to look for. But you sound like you're doing great with 7 pounds, so good for you. Mark Leese, I ordered the air fryer, so excited. Yes, what color did you get? The air fryer, I don't know if you guys know or not, but the air fryer that I have, it's the Cook's Essentials, is on sale right now on QVC, and the thing is amazing. It will make your life super easy. as far as making food for your family. And since we're not fearing fat, it's a really easy way to fry up food. So we oil up everything we put in our air fryer, and it's no mess. You can cook meat in there. You can do vegetables in there. We make sweet potato fries and vegetables. We do eggplant in there. It's just absolutely amazing. And it's a super, super amazing deal on QVC, I think through today or tomorrow. So if you want an air fryer, that's the place to go. And they have really, really pretty colors too. Jillian, I was never so aware of how we deal with our problems as women for sure until I began your January class. Now at work, I watch and listen to the ladies at work announcing that they need chocolate because they're having a bad day. Amazing. And off to the drugstore they go, but not me. Nope. Yeah. Don't need chocolate. Definitely don't. Chocolate does not solve any problems. Never in the history of the world has chocolate ever solved a problem. Yvonne, I hope you're feeling better soon. Sipping hot warm water helped me. Yeah, I'm drinking some bone broth, and I've been doing my break fast shake, and I've been drinking tons of water. So I think it just has to run its thing. And since reading this book, I don't think I'll ever take antibiotics again. So I'm just gonna let it run through my body and do its thing, and then see how it goes. They say 10 days or something like that is what it when it how long it takes to get out of your system, and I think I'm on like 5. So we'll just keep praying, and I'm resting a lot. My husband has been a dream. He's totally pampering me and making sure I have everything I need, and I'm sleeping in the morning, and so he's making it easy for me. So I might milk it a couple days. I don't know. We'll see how it goes, but he's been really great. So I'm super grateful that he's been here to help me. Let's see. I think there was someone else that. Nope. Okay. So there's another question on here really quick. Diane, what exactly is inflammation in your body? January red. So we know inflammation is just it's sort of like water weight in a sense. So kind of like a bloating sort of effect, but it goes on all over your body. And it goes around your organs, it's in your brain, it's everywhere. And inflammation is the root cause of almost all the like health issues that we have. So we don't want to be inflamed. And anytime we have an inflammation, everything's it's just blown out of proportion. There's water surrounding and fluid surrounding everything, and we're just not supposed to be inflamed. And so what happens when you take those intolerances away and you allow your body an opportunity to fast is that inflammation literally just gets sucked out of your body and just releases. And so you can go back to functioning normally, and your organs and your brain and everything start to function normally. And so it's really important that we manage our inflammation. And a lot of it has to do with our gut health is where we really start to that's where the inflammation starts. Margaret, good morning from the UK. I've had a few weeks of real hardship, but I'm happy to say I'm now back and on track with IF. Oh, good. I'm so glad to hear that you're back, Margaret, and I'm sorry to hear you had to go through some hardship. That's never any good. Angela, is the keto lifestyle harder for vegetarians? Also, is keto okay to follow if your cholesterol is high, especially for LDL? Okay, so remember, and I just had a comment on this from someone today saying that they were afraid to do keto because their cholesterol was high. Remember, there's good fats and there's bad fats. So we want to stay away from that whole philosophy in the keto-like lifestyle or even fasting, where I can fast and then eat anything. Like, that's not true. You can't eat anything. So if you're worried about your cholesterol, the best thing that you can do is just eat nutrient-dense foods and eat naturally occurring fats like avocados and olives and some nuts and stuff like that. You want to stay away from, the cruddy high fat foods. So you don't want to be eating pork rinds or anything like that, and just eat real clean from the earth kind of food. And then just kind of manage it and just make tweaks where necessary. And living a keto-like lifestyle is not difficult for vegetarians at all. Yvonne, my girlfriend, who's beautiful and she looks like she's 30 and she just turned 55, is totally vegan, and she does very well intermittent fasting and the living a keto lifestyle. And she's totally inspired me to really let go of a lot of the meat sort of dependency that I've had, and it's helped a lot. So I would say you just want to eat lots of really good vegetables and grains if you can handle them, and then just get some really good naturally occurring fats in your life: olive oil, coconut oil, things like that. Mark Lee's like blue green. I think that's the one I have. It's sort of like a teal color on the air fryer. It's gorgeous. I absolutely love it. Okay, so I am going to cut out of here if you guys don't mind. It's 9:40. Our next class starts on February 3rd. So hopefully you will get yourself registered. We'll keep registration open through late Friday night. And then just so you guys know, our t-shirt shop is closing tonight officially. We'll probably leave it open just a little bit tomorrow morning. So if you haven't gotten a shirt yet like this, Hungry's Where the Magic Happens is in there. We don't have any of these, I don't think, this time. I can't remember. We have the Do Nothing shirts, and then it'll be closed. So the shop will be closed until the end of February. And we might have that be the last month that the store's open, just because it's been sort of more work than I really can handle. So if it ends up closing, we want to make sure you get a shirt this month or February for sure. February will be your last test month with that. Okay, so I am going to close out for tonight. If you guys don't mind, I'm going to go have some water on the couch with my husband. I think we're going to watch This Is Us, and then I will see you guys tomorrow, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, Facebook and YouTube. And definitely look for the links if you want to register for the course. Karis put the shop link in there too if you want to get a shirt. And then I will see you guys tomorrow afternoon. Have a super night. Thanks so much for all your kind words about wishing me well in my healing with my cold. I appreciate it so much. And if you have any other questions about hunger or starvation, make sure you leave them in the comment section, or always feel free to email me and I'll get them answered there. Have a super night, you guys. Appreciate you.